Hey, it's Michelle Nayeli, and I'm here to share with you the infinity lunge that we did in the workshop together so that you have it broken down as a reference to play with yourself. It is something that can be studied in much more depth than we have time here, and through each of the different motion centers of the body. And I use that term rather than joint because some places are collections of joints. So we can think of the upper spine, the thoracic spine, the lower spine, the hips and pelvis, each leg, right? Each foot, the shoulders, and the hands and the arms, and how they relate together. So the main thing is that nothing is ever square or flat monoplanar in any direction if we are honoring the spiraling way that our body is designed. So one of the two metaphors that I really like that collect a lot of geeky stuff without needing to go into the details are that we are hoses that we don't want to have a block in, right? If I fell, this wouldn't work so well. So we want to have force go through the volume of our limbs, our joints, the whole thing. So we're hoses, and that we are dialing or spiraling or screwing in, right? So our arm is going to dial. It has these options to turn, and my leg dials and it turns something else. So it doesn't just turn, it can turn by itself, but really in an integrative way, everything dials together. So here is this infinity lunge. You can get into the lunge in so many ways, and I would encourage you to do as many ways as possible, which is really healthy for the body and the mind and nervous system. So I could step from down dog, I could step forward, I could step back. I'm just going to step forward for us now. So I'm going to step my left foot forward. And as I do that, I fall to the right hand. I have a lot of room here, lots and lots of room. And I want to feel that right here, even, I have a lot of options. I can go back, I can go forward, I can go side, I can go this side, I can go down, I can go up. I'm not in a place that I feel really stuck. Like here, I could go forward and back. The sides feel a lot harder, and the down feels a lot harder. Okay, enough details. Actually, I'm gonna change sides. I step my left foot. I step my right foot forward now, and I'm gonna fall to the left. So I can see you. I'm gonna also feel that I have a really solid hose going through with the places on the ground. So if my foot was really close, it's gonna feel like I'm falling to the outside edge, and I have to work to keep it down. If I go wide and a little turned out, I don't have to work. That through line of force or gravity goes right into my foot. So then I'll open my revolving door. I'm pushing into the floor rather than collapsing. And then as I open it, turns my heart, turns my body, and turns my feet because of that dialing. Paint a rainbow as I push the floor, arcing up into this wonderful side bend that if I follow, turns me towards the ground. When that happens, I'm going to turn my back heel. That opens my hip, that turns my torso. I'm going to push, this is a choice, from the front foot to the back foot. And I'm going to widen when I get there. So I just felt like I ended up too close. If I continue on, I open the revolving door, my feet pivot. I paint a rainbow, I push the floor. And notice that back leg spinning is just part of the follow through. Push from the back foot to the front foot. Continue opening the revolving door. Feet turn, that's a key thing. Push down, arc up, pivot the legs. Push, shift, keep turning. Now my arm can explore different ways to open the revolving door, because this is actually a sneaky monoplanar thing. So I'm gonna swim and around. See if you can notice all of the kind of spirals and how they actually help me get more of me online, more of my body participating. It's nice to find a place of symmetry rest, to feel. One of the things that's wonderful is that one side loops because they're changing directions, but we've done both sides. But I'm going to show the other side so you can see it from the other direction. And in the metaphor of the hoses, you want to imagine that it goes beyond your body. So my head doesn't break the chain, right? Doesn't break the flow. It's the flow on the inside and then beyond. So I'm not just reaching out, I'm feeling from my core out through my arms and the sense of expanding into like my energy body, my ethereal body. You can decide what you want to say about that. Okay, here's another way in. So I've been in something like down dog, which is another place to check if your poses are unkinked. I'm gonna stretch the left leg to the sky because it's gonna be the other side for us. And now if I step from here, I want to actually step wider than my hands. And notice that when I step, it shifts my weight because I'm asymmetrical. It's totally fine to lift a hand when you step through the down dog. And I'm gonna swim open, pivot my feet over the rainbow, hips lift, back leg turns and shift. Continue pivoting open, paint the rainbow. And back, it shifts. And pushing. See if you can feel the follow through of the transitions. Eyes watching the hand to help organize the head. Notice where I get to land here. It's like a little back bend. And there's one other little detail, that this back foot does not have to go to the outer edge. We actually have the most option and support on the pinky toe ball side. So I can pivot this whole foot. Once I get to the outer edge, I actually have less options. It's not a problem, but I would just suggest to stay on the pinky ball. And then you can change. And then the pinky ball. And change. Woohoo! I hope that is enough of a breakdown to play with it. If you want to unpack all the fascinating things that are happening in each of the joints and motion centers, and then how they ripple through and relate together, reach out. Happy to do that one-on-one, and there are places that we can go into deeper study. So fun to be connected. Let me know what you think.